Hey everybody, it's Michelle, and I'm going to tell you some creepy stories in the dark. Okay, my first story is my daughter had just learned to count. My daughter woke me around 11:30 last night. My wife and I had picked her up from her friend Sally's birthday party, brought her home, and put her to bed. My wife went into the bedroom to read while I fell asleep watching the Braves game. "Daddy," she whispered, tugging on my sleeve, "guess how old I'm going to be next month?" "I don't know, Princess," I said as I slipped on my glasses. "How old?" She smiled and held up 4 fingers. "It's 7:30 now. My wife and I have been up with her for almost 8 hours. She still refuses to tell us where she got them." Okay, there's someone under my bed. I begin tucking my son into bed, and he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I look underneath the bed just to reassure him, and when I do, I see another him staring back at me, shaking and crying and whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed." Number 3, I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away. I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away. My parents constantly try to explain to me how sick he is, that I am lucky for having a brain where all the chemicals flow properly to their destinations, like undammed rivers. When I complain about how bored I am without a little brother to play with, they try to make me feel bad by saying that his boredom far likely surpasses mine, considering he's refined to a dark room in an institution. I always beg for them to give him one last chance. Of course they did at first. Charlie has been back home several times, each time shorter in duration than the last. Every time without fail it all starts again. The neighborhood cats with gouged out eyes showing up in his toy chest. My dad's razors found dropped on the baby slide in the park across the street, and Mama's vitamins replaced by bits of dishwater tablets. My parents are hesitant now, using last chances sparingly. They say his disorder makes him charming, makes it easy for him to fake normalcy and to trick the doctors who care for him into thinking that he is ready for rehabilitation. That I will just have to put up with my boredom if it means staying safe from him. I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away. It means I have to pretend to be good until he gets back. My daughter won't stop crying. My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it never helps. Mom's calling. You hear your mom calling you into the kitchen. As you are heading down the stairs, you hear a whisper from the closet saying, "Don't go down there, honey. I heard it too." So I lost my phone. Last night, a friend rushed me out of the house to catch the opening act at a local bar's music night. After a few drinks, I realized my phone wasn't in my pocket. I checked the table where we were sitting at, the bar, the bathrooms, and after no luck, I used my friend's phone to call mine. After 2 rings, someone answered, gave out a low, raspy giggle, and hung up. They didn't answer again. I eventually gave it up as a lost cause and headed home. I found my phone lying on my nightstand right where I left it. Which was more frightening? After working a hard day, I came home to see my girlfriend cradling our child. I didn't know which was more frightening, seeing my dead girlfriend and stillborn child, or knowing that someone broke into my apartment and placed them there. The last thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she pushed her long, rotting fingernails through my chest, her other hand muffling my screams. I sat bolt upright and relieved that it was only a dream, but as I saw my alarm clock reach 12:06, I heard my closet door creak open. The old house we bought. We bought an old house, my boyfriend and I. He's in charge of the new construction, covered in converting the kitchen into the master bedroom, for instance, while I'm on wallpaper duty. The previous owners papered every wall and ceiling. Removing it is brutal, but oddly satisfying. The best feeling is getting a long peel. I don't know about you, but I kind of make a game of peeling on the hunt for the longest piece before it rips. Under a corner section of paper in every room is a person's name and date. Curiosity got the best of me one night when I Googled at one of the names and discovered the person was actually a missing person. The missing date matched under the wallpaper to the name. The next day, I made a list of all the names and dates. Sure enough, each name was a missing person with dates to match. We notified the police, who naturally sent out the crime scene team. I overheard one text say, "Yep, it's human." "What's human?" I asked. "Ma'am, where is the material you removed for the walls already? That wasn't wallpaper you were removing." Well, tomorrow night I have another story that's really creepy. It's about spiders. So I'll see you then. Pleasant dreams.